Thom Hartmann here on the news. Special thanks to Jim Javinsky for filling in for me these last few weeks. You need to know this. How much does it cost to buy a seat in the United States House of Representatives? Casino mogul Sheldon Adelson thinks $500,000 should do. Adelson, who's already spent more money than any other oligarch this election so far, is promising to drop $500,000 in a New Jersey congressional district to elect Republican candidate Rabbi Shmuley Boteach. And if Rabbi Boteach needs more money, Adelson is more than capable with a net worth of about $25 billion. As the Center for American Progress points out, with that much money, Adelson could give $500,000 to every single Republican nominee in every single House and Senate seat in every single election cycle for the next 186 years without running out of money. The latest recipient of Adelson's fortune, Rabbi Boteach, commented about the donation saying, "I think Sheldon Adelson will bring democracy to the 9th District of New Jersey." Yeah, if buying and selling congressional seats in America is what you call democracy, the oligarchy is stronger than it's ever been in American history. In screwed news, with Tropical Storm Isaac expected to reach hurricane strength before slamming into New Orleans, President Obama has declared a state of emergency for that area. Landfall will arrive almost 7 years to the day that Katrina hit New Orleans, in one of the worst natural disasters in American history. And unfortunately for residents in harm's way, Republicans will likely be unwilling to lend a helping hand. On numerous occasions in 2011, House Republicans held critical disaster relief funding hostage, demanding spending cuts in return. They also slashed funding for crucial weather preparedness and forecasting programs, cutting hundreds of millions of dollars out of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Let's hope for the best in New Orleans over the next few days, and let's also hope Republicans do the right thing this time and put the health and safety of Americans above their political agenda to shrink the size of government. In the best of the rest of the news, in case it wasn't fitting enough, the Republicans are hosting their glitzy convention in Tampa, a city with the nation's highest rate of unemployment and homelessness. They're also giving the stage today to a politician who should be in jail. As BBC investigative journalist Greg Palast reports, Congressman Tim Griffin is expected to address the convention today, despite the fact that he should be in jail for election fraud. In 2007, Griffin resigned from George W. Bush's Justice Department after allegations surfaced that he, along with Karl Rove and Mitt Romney's current advisor, Matt Rhodes, engaged in caging, an illegal tactic used to kick voters off the rolls. Reviewing the evidence against Griffin, civil rights attorney Robert Kennedy Jr. said what they did was absolutely illegal, and they knew it, and they did it anyway. So how does Griffin go from resigning from the Justice Department to speaking at the RNC today? Well, ask the Koch brothers, who've reportedly donated nearly $170,000 to Griffin's successful congressional race in 2010. From election fraud to a speaking gig at the RNC. Now that's what Republicans would call living the American dream. While Congress, the NYPD, and our security state are focused on the threats of Islamic terror, the United States narrowly averted another domestic terror attack. 4 U.S. Army soldiers who were arrested on charges of murdering a fellow soldier and his girlfriend are also being accused of plotting to assassinate President Obama and overthrow the government. The soldier belonged to a militia group in Georgia known as Forever Enduring Always Ready, or FEAR, F-E-A-R. They had already spent $87,000 on weapons and plotted to take over Fort Stewart military base in Georgia and then bomb several targets. They even murdered a fellow member of the Army and his girlfriend out of fear that their plot might be exposed. It's not unknown if or how many other members of the U.S. Army might have been involved in this plot. Meet the United States, the world's largest arms dealer. In 2011, the United States sold more than $66 billion in weapons to foreign nations, more than triple the arms sold last year, and that was the most ever recorded. That massive arms transfer from the United States accounted for nearly 80% of the total market share in the world. Most of the sales went to Saudi Arabia, a nation that bought nearly $30 billion alone in U.S. military weapons, including 84 F-15 bombers and 178 helicopters. Perhaps it's worth mentioning that 15 of the 19 9/11 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. Thanks to so-called free trade, the American economy doesn't manufacture much anymore except for bombs, planes, and tanks that kill people. It's an economy that depends on perpetual war around the planet and will continue to be either until we collapse or until we wake up drop out of these so-called free trade agreements and bring back American manufacturing of things that actually produce wealth instead of death. And finally, evidence of global climate change is mounting. In what could be the smoking gun proving the planet is rapidly changing as a result of climate change, sea ice in the Arctic Ocean is now sitting at its lowest level ever, breaking a previous record set in 2007. And with a few weeks still left in the summer, the ice is expected to melt even further. According to the researchers at the University of Colorado at Boulder, the melting ice is, quote, a strong signal of long-term global warming. According to climate scientist Michael Mann, the director of the Earth Systems Science Center at Penn State, quote, the sea ice decline is perhaps the most profound of those cautionary tales because the models have basically predicted that we shouldn't see what we're seeing now for several decades, end quote. So not only is climate change already happening, it's happening faster than we all thought. And that's the way it is today, Tuesday, August 28th, 2012. I'm Thom Hartmann on the news.